Even 30% of Democrats agree that President Trump had the election stolen from him. Now, Obama is actually implying, a little bit subtly, that President Trump should be dragged out of the White House by the military. All of this and more after a short word from our Patriot sponsors. Here we go.
Buy gold, buy silver, buy now. But buyer beware. Protect and preserve your retirement assets with gold, silver, and alternative paper opportunities. Surveys indicate that Wall Street doesn't have Main Street's best interest in mind. Many Eastern European countries are repatriating their gold, and the wealthy are stockpiling gold as a hedge against currency devaluation and inflation that's coming. Economist Dr. Kirk Elliott was nominated for 2 Trump committee positions and is the founder of Sovereign Advisors. When was the last time you consulted with an economist to secure your financial freedom? The global financial reset is underway. Secure your retirement assets today. Buy gold. Buy silver. Buy now and contact Dr. Kirk Elliott today. Click in the description section below and gain access to Dr. Elliott's free audio-video modules and precious metals report, and schedule your free consult today. Sovereign Advisors, wisdom for our times.
Now, I keep talking about this unification between the two sides of the aisle here. Democrats and Republicans are starting to come together. In fact, 30% of Democrats and 75% of Republicans agree, according to a Rasmussen poll, which I'm not a big fan of the polls because they're usually very skewed toward the Democrats. I wonder what the number really is. You know, it must be really high. So at least 30% of Democrats believe that the election was stolen from Trump. That's something. I mean, people are admitting, look, even though I'm a Democrat, I still think it was stolen, right? We've had that come out in the election fraud as well, where even Democrats were calling foul. Now, the Arizona Governor Doug Ducey is going to reject any certification, will not accept the election results until the lawsuits are settled. He understands the constitutional process. Now, Tucker Carlson showing his true colors, going after Sidney Powell. He seems to be on a seek and destroy mission, pretending that she has no evidence, and yet it's everywhere. And you can find a lot of it just by doing a casual search online. Some of these things are pretty red-handed. But, of course, it's not her place to give the entire attack strategy and all of the evidence to the opposition before it sees its day in court. So, of course, some of it has to be sat on for a while. And that makes sense. They're promising that they're going to start to prove this in court within 2 weeks, and she's hoping some of the documentation can come out this weekend. But Sidney Powell had an interaction with Tucker Carlson, and she was quoted as saying he was insulting, demanding, and rude, and I told him to never contact me again. Now, continuing. We also have Dominion Voting Systems backing out from testifying before the Pennsylvania State House. They lawyered up and they backed out. Something is going on over here. We also know that they donated money to Hillary Clinton. So we also have, I mentioned this briefly on the intro, Obama alluding that Navy SEALs could remove President Trump from the White House. Here it is. We know what this kind of talk really is. It's not humor. This is a legitimate threat.
Do you feel that
it wasn't bad
when you congratulated Biden and Senator Harris that you were premature in doing that?
No. I thought I was right on time. There seems to be some lag. The communication system in the White House used to be better. It was real time. You know, there's a lot of computers there that actually tell you what is going on around the world.
You know the White House well. You lived there for 8 years. Are there places someone could hide, like if, say, they were going to be removed? Are there little cubby holes or anything we should know about?
Well, I think we can always send the Navy SEALs in there to dig them out.
So, first of all, no one is actually probably even in the audience clapping. That's probably a soundtrack, and even if it is, it still is not representative of the majority of Americans. And even among Democrats, people are starting to wake up to this. So, I don't know what is going on, even though it may be funny. It's not even actually funny. No, it's an attempt to try to launch another attack through the means of humor and through the audience with which they have gathered, because the comedy shows were about the only thing that still had ratings, remember. And they've really decided with evil and tanked their ratings. Just like football, just like Nike, just like a lot of companies that got woke and went broke. And, woke being the leftist version of woke. Now, Dr. Fauci is saying that vaccine skeptics pose a serious threat to public health. I've been talking about vaccines for a long time, and it was only a matter of time until they openly started to say that we're a threat. And they've been saying it for a long time, in fact, but this elevates it to another level. They are going to try to demonize those of us who are trying to save others. The problem is they've ruined their credibility before we went into this. Thank God for President Trump and the Great Awakening, because fake news no longer has the mandate or the credibility. Everyone is skeptical of them instead. Now everyone is a skeptic, and the majority, according to multiple polls, will not take this vaccine or are very hesitant. Now, continuing on from there, we have in California, Orange County, Sacramento, and El Dorado County sheriffs are not going to enforce the new curfew from Governor King Newsom. I don't think governor is really the strongest term here anymore. I think he believes he's a king. So why don't we just refer to him as wannabe King Newsom? John Kerry is saying that the Great Reset is needed to stop the rise of populism. I mean, that's telling it all, right? Right there at a panel discussion at the World Economic Forum. We also have Republicans winning almost every house that they need, house race that they need to redistrict the country. That's a big victory on the back end. The Democrats were sloppy in the way that they cheated, and a lot of things still got through. And wait till you see the results after we turn it back in the courts. A lot more races are going to get through. We may flip California red again. Who knows? I'm going to end this. I haven't plugged or anything. I forgot to do that. I'll, just if you want to support what we're doing, you know the ropes. You've probably been watching the show for a while. We're very censored. We're over the target since Christmas Eve of 2017 when I started doing YouTube. I've been censored. I've taken many hits for telling the truth, and if you want to support what we're doing, share the videos, join our newsletter at nemosnewsnetwork.com/news, join our Parler and our Gab and our different accounts. We're on Rumble, we're on YouTube, we're on Brighteon, we're on BitChute, and if you can, choose to shop Patriot with our sponsors or donate at nemosnewsnetwork.com/sponsors. You can even mail a check or whatever you want to do, and thank you if it's not a burden. And with that said, I'm going to leave this with a video on Rush Limbaugh, and it really sums up the spirit of many in the country. Now, I am a messenger of optimism, especially lately. President Trump is winning, and our super legal team is going to wreck this attempt to this international criminal conspiracy, which is a quote from Sidney Powell. We're going to wreck this thing, and we've already won in the long run, but they're just going to try to do as much damage as they can on the way out. They're kicking and screaming, and no one trusts them anymore. So I don't want people to have a dark tone, but I want everyone to understand just how serious the tone is. And good, hard-working patriots that are not the revolutionary types are starting to feel a little revolutionary. And people understand that if this vote is allowed to stand, rigged, openly stolen from the American people the way it was, in plain sight, for all to see, there will never be another fair and honest election again, and we will become slaves in all but name. With that said, we're winning. But watch this, just so that you understand how many people out there feel so seriously. And before I go, I want to leave you, I guess, with a quick story. I was shopping, and they wanted me to wear a mask. I told them I didn't have to wear a mask because of the ADA, and that's my gimmick, I guess. I tell them I have a medical condition, and I don't have to disclose what it is, but I don't have to wear a mask. And those are the rules of the ADA. I don't have to tell them what my condition is, but they have to serve me anyway. And if they don't want to serve me in the store, I make them serve me curbside. And it's part of the rules. They have to make reasonable accommodations. So anytime I get a manager who's a little hard-nosed about the masks policy, I'm like, okay, well, you have to make a reasonable accommodation. I will see you in my car. I'm parked right there, buddy. Thanks for the convenience factor. I hope it made you smile. Now, the dark part, I guess, the serious tone video with Rush Limbaugh. Check this out.
Hi, Rush. It's great to be here. I'm going to try to hold myself together, not get emotional here, but I want to harken back to your statement about Georgia.
Yeah.
And about the Trump voter.
Yeah.
And they should be very afraid, very afraid. Trump and you are all we have left, Rush. We've spent our lives voting for these people because they're not them. And we just can't do it anymore. We're tired of being stabbed in the back, Rush. It's better to have an enemy that's in front of you than a friend that's behind you that's just going to stab you. They do it every time. We have a Republican-controlled state, and they won't do an audit of the vote. They won't. They just basically told every Georgian that they don't care. We were in Washington on Saturday. Me and my 33-year-old son, we saw more people than we've ever seen in our lifetime, ever. And we're season ticket holders for the Ravens, for God's sakes. I've been in crowds of 80,000 people. I've been to Steelers games, for goodness sakes. I have never seen so many people, but were there any Republicans there? No. None. None. But
wait. What? There were no What was this thing that you went to?
A week ago Saturday in Washington, D.C.,
Yeah, but
the mega rally. There must have been hundreds of thousands.
Okay, it's a MAGA rally, and you mean no elected Republicans? Is that what you mean?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Our party leadership, quote unquote, if this were a Democrat rally, they would all be there. They were there for the anti-Tea Party movement, walking hand in hand up the steps.
Yep.
No one stands for us, Rush. Only you and Donald Trump. God forbid, what do we have left? I love my president. I am not a revolutionary, Rush, but I will die for my president. This man has given more to this country than anybody, and he has no need to. None. He's a billionaire. He doesn't need this.
That's exactly right.
It's disheartening.
That's right. They don't really hate Trump. It's us they hate. He's just in the way. And we all stand with him and around him. I hear my little ones. So you guys have a wonderful night. I'm going to go tuck them in. See you on the next one.